Hello, writing groups 1 and 2. Today for writing, we're going to talk about past tense verbs. What do all of these words have in common? Go ahead and take a look at the list and read it to yourself very quickly. If you said they're all verbs, you are correct. Remember, a verb is an action word. It shows an action, something that somebody or something is doing. Got it? Verbs, actions. When we talk about verbs, verbs occur in different tenses. So a verb tense tells me if something is happening in the present, the past, or the future. Today we're going to talk about past tense verbs. Past tense verbs are one of the hardest verbs to figure out because not all the time is there a simple way of taking a verb from the present and putting it in the past. A past tense verb shows that an action has happened before or in the past. So right now I'm talking on Sunday. If I was talking about something that was happening on Saturday, which is the day before, I would use a past tense verb. For most past tense verbs, all you have to do is add an E and a D. So let's take a look at what that looks like for some regular past tense verbs. I've got talk plus ed equals talked. If you have a silent E at the end of a word, like in like, we don't say likey, we just say like, you're going to drop the E and add an ed. Liked. For verbs that end in a consonant and Y, you're going to change the Y to an I and add ed. So carry, Y to an I plus ed, carried. Yesterday I carried the groceries into my house. Last week my friend married her best friend. For verbs that end in one vowel and one consonant, double the final consonant and add ed. So hem, double the consonant, ed, hemmed. A word like skip ends in an IP, add another P, ed, skipped. Let's look at some examples together. The teacher blanked us to go on the field trip. I want to take the word permit and put it into the past. So here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in a double T and an ed because I see an I and a T, so I need to add another T and an ed. The teacher permitted us to go on the field trip. The movie theater blank the film in 1967. The movie theater played the film in 1967. The car blank at the intersection. Did you get stopped? Double the P, E, and D. Okay, now let's get a little crazy and talk about irregular past tense verbs. This is why the past tense is so difficult sometimes, because not all verbs can you put an ed on the end of and they make sense. And English is super confusing because there are a lot of irregular past tense verbs. So let's take a look at some of them. First of all, let's look at these sentences. What's wrong with them? I didn't came yesterday. I didn't got a ticket. She teached us lots of things. We had it a lot of homework. If you're listening to me or yourself read them, the verb should sound wrong. Unfortunately, though, these are some common mistakes that I still see you Kipsters making with your writing. So let's take a look at what it should like. I didn't came yesterday. I didn't come yesterday. I didn't got a ticket. I didn't get a ticket. She teached us lots of things. Hopefully she taught you lots of things. We had it a lot of homework. We had a lot of homework. Now, these errors with irregular verbs come when you take the rule to add an ed and you think they apply to every verb, and they just don't. So let's practice a few together right now. What does irregular mean? Irregular verbs are not normal and do not follow the rule of adding ed. An irregular verb has its own special form. Here are some very common irregular verbs. The verb to be, which is am, is, and are, becomes was and were in the past. The verb begin becomes began. The verb come in the present becomes came. Cut and cut are the same in the past and the present. I cut the paper today. I cut the paper yesterday. Go in the present becomes went in the past. Notice how that whole word changes. Get becomes got. Have, had, keep, kept, speak, spoke, throw, threw, and those certainly aren't all of the past tense verbs there are. Here are some other difficult past tense verbs that I want to show you because even adults I know have a hard time with these ones. Lie becomes lied. Today I lie, yesterday I lied. Sit becomes sat. Rise becomes rose. Lay becomes laid. I lay on the couch, I laid on the couch. Let's go ahead and take a look at some practice together. We want to take the verb and put it in a past tense. It's going to be an irregular past tense verb. My mother comes home at night. In the past tense, the comes is going to become, did you get it? My mother came home at night. Let's try another one. I think puppies are the cutest animals in the world. What can I change think and are to put them in the past tense? Did you get it? I thought puppies were the cutest animals in the world. Let's try another one. We laugh and laugh about the memories we have. Let's take a look. We laughed and laughed about the memories we had. Notice laugh and laugh are regular. I just had to add an ed, but have I had to change to had. Last week, your aunt a birthday cake. What can I fill in there for make to have that sentence make sense in the past? Did you say made? Because if you did, you got it. Last week, your aunt made us a birthday cake. How about another one? She begins to cry when the dog died. Ooh, that's really sad. But what can I change begins to here to put it in the past? If you said began, you were right on when you got it. So here's what I want you to do. At the bottom of your Google form, you have 5 questions about past tense verbs. I want you to go ahead and answer them now. If you need to go back to anything you saw in this video to answer them correctly, go ahead and do that. Make sure you click on submit when you're done so we can check your work at the end of class. Thanks.